Hey everyone, have I here bring a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be going over the Extreme Z Awakening for Gogeta Blue and Full Power Broly and speculate on what these units may look like when they drop. So with that, let's go ahead and dive right in. So yes, the Dokkan Festival exclusive AGL Super Saiyan Gogeta that transforms into Gogeta Blue and the physical Super Saiyan Broly that transforms into Full Power Broly are finally going to get their EZAs. And I remember when these units dropped way back when in JP Christmas time 2018, and of course a few months later on Global in February 2019, yes, over 4 years ago. These units were a hit, man. The hype was real in correlation with the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, you know, one of the best, if not the best, Dragon Ball movie of all time, right? It's like Broly and Battle of the Gods for me. And when these units arrived, the movie heroes and movie bosses really were the teams that you wanted to run. They were really, really fun and very relevant at the time. But now these units are absolutely irrelevant. Hopefully this EZA is going to make them more relevant or at least somewhat usable in today's meta and really do its justice. That's what we're hoping, right? That's what we're hoping. So these units will EZA on January 5th, 4th or 5th, depending on this time zone. Definitely check your time zones and your in-game news for more detailed information. But when these units drop, we're also going to get their data download just probably a couple days from this video being recorded. And this is the reason why I wanted to speculate on what these units may actually look like when they drop. So let's dive into my speculation. Let's start with Gogeta Blue. So I made some changes here. I kind of gave myself a second thought once I made it, and now I'm recording it, and that's in the passive skill. We'll dive into the passive skill in a second, and I'll tell you what kind of modification I might actually change on the passive. But the leader skills are pretty much for sure. This is what's going to look like. Maybe they add a key +4 to one of these categories here, movie heroes or fusion. So, but both are going to be basically HP and attack defense 170%, change from attack 170 and HP defense 150, right? This is what we normally see on Dokkan Festival exclusive 170% leads here, or 130, 150 leads. They just get boosted up to 170. Again, they might add some key, which would be fine. This unit links up pretty well either way. Now, the super attack here, the Stardust Fall, I'm basically just adding defense to the greatly raises attack, because before it was just greatly raises attack, causes immense damage to enemy. So I'm going to add the defense on there, but I'm also going to add a dynamic where Gogeta Blue actually had this dynamic when you transform, and that's actually greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns. I'm going to make this happen, of course, pre-transformation in the Super Saiyan stage here, making this unit, I think, we were really strong by kind of like a mini stack here when it comes to defense. So greatly raises attack and defense is a 50% increase there. Now the passive skill, the true strength, we're going to change from attack and defense 100% to 170%. So that's a really big boost. Normally I would say like 150, but again, the power creep is real. We got to kind of keep up with these new units that are being introduced. So 170 is where I'm going to put it at, which is going to be very high because of the stat increase. We'll talk about that in a second. Attacks effective against all types. That's a Gogeta mechanic, so that's just going to stay the same here. I did add launches additional attack with a high chance of becoming a super attack. I was just going to leave it at medium, but I think this is going to need a high chance, so we're going to add that on there. But I guess I could have just put it at medium. Speaking of medium, before it had a medium chance of evading enemies attack, including super attack. We're going to change that to high chance, provide a 50% chance there. And here's where I said, wait a minute, why am I doing this? This is making it a little bit too strong pre-transformation, or even strong in general. And I just added a damage reduction, because damage reduction is so important now when it comes to very tough stages like Cell Max, things of that nature. But I'm going to change this to reduces damage received by 20%, not unconditionally, but only against movie bosses. And that makes a lot of sense, because that would be focusing like on Broly, where you can't evade enemies attack, things of that nature. I think they'll add some sort of mechanic if they provide a damage reduction, a damage mitigation mechanic. So I think unconditioning is a little bit too strong. but you know, it would make it really, really relevant in today's gameplay. So the transformation condition, unfortunately, they're never going to change transformation conditions. So it's going to stay the same, which isn't a very good condition. It's just waiting 5 turns. Broly is 4 turns. We'll talk about him in a second, and 4 turns would have been a lot better, but you do have to wait till the 5th turn for this unit to go ahead and transform into Gogeta Blue. Now, the Link skills here, Saiyan Warrior Race, Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, Overflash, Fuse Fighter, and Fierce Battle are all really good links. So, again, this unit does link fairly well. Categories, it's on a lot of really useful categories that this unit can actually be on. Fusion, Realm of Gods, Transformation Boost, Movie Heroes, which is ridiculous. Movie Heroes just continuously getting better and better characters as we go on. Super Saiyan's Final Trump Card, Powerful Comeback, which is going to be great as well. Time Limit, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Fuse Fighters, and of course Super Heroes, the newest category. And the stat increase for the EZA is really nice. The HP is 19.5, which is okay, but the attack is over 20,000, which is strong, and the defense is over 13,000. Again, very strong there for a Dokkan Festival exclusive TUR. So I think besides me just leaving a reduced damage by 20%, damage mitigation by 20% unconditionally, I think they would add a condition to that, and I would say maybe just against movie bosses in general there. So this is what I'm assuming. Again, this isn't breaking the game. This isn't going to be the best game or best unit in the game, things of that nature, and they haven't been really doing that with EZA. So don't expect this EZA to just really knock your socks off, but I just want to make it relevant so it can either run like as a floater or even second position or something like that. I think with this set here, it could do that. Now, if it transforms, or when it transforms, not if it transforms, but when it transforms, I'm going to make this even kind of stack a little bit more, right? And that greatly raises attack and defense. Instead of 3 turns, we're going to move up to 6 turns. So I think that's going to be very beneficial. And now the passive skill, that increases to 200% from the 170. So basically it is still a 70% boost from where it was before, from 130 in the transformation. Now, this is really strong here. Once you transform, you're going to have a guaranteed critical hit. So critical hit when attacking, very strong there. And here I just said, okay, let's move it from a high chance to a great chance, so 70% chance of having an additional super attack. This is the reason why I'm going, wait a minute, why am I even adding damage reduction? Because I think this will make it way too strong. So, and then this also is going to have a great chance of evading enemies' attack. That's a 70% chance, just like MUI Goku, etc., those types of units. So this reduces damage by 30%. I increased it 10% here. I will need to change that. Again, it's not on the visual here, but against movie bosses, I think that's fair. So certain enemies this unit is gonna be very, very good at. For example, like a Broly and things of that nature, where you can't dodge. So that would make sense. But unconditionally, I think I made it too strong. So it would be nice. It would be nice, but I think it would be way too strong on there. Now, the Link skills do change a little bit. You do go from Golden Warrior into Warrior Gods. That makes sense as he turns blue, and then everything else stays the same. So that is my Gogeta Blue EZA. I think with the stats and the passive there, it makes it absolutely relevant. Even if I kind of provided a somewhat of a restriction, actually a pretty big restriction when it comes to the damage mitigation. I think with the dodge mechanic, I think with the kind of mini stack of defense, this is going to work really great at 200% at attack and defense, guaranteed crits. That reduces damage is a little bit OP there. But anyway, again, visual incorrect. Let's add 4 movie bosses only. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section. But let's go ahead and move on to BROLY. So here's the Super Saiyan BROLY here. Again, the categories for the leader skill is movie bosses in full power. They'll probably just change to 170. The super attack, very similar to Gogeta, was greatly raises attack only. I'm going to add defense again, but I'm not going to add the stack. All right, I'm just going to say for 1 turn for BROLY here. The biggest issue with BROLY on the Super Saiyan stage is it causes supreme damage, not immense damage. So it does really lower its multiplier tremendously even on EZA here, but at least it does do an AoE and does it to all enemies, so that very useful when it comes to world tournament and stuff like that. But you know, in final stages, not so much. But again, you're going to transform before that. So the passive skill here, the Savage Instinct, it's Ki +5, which is really strong. I don't think they're going to change that. I think that's a lot. Or I'm sorry, Ki +6. It's not even 5. Ki +6. So you're pretty much getting a super attack every single time off, right? You're not having any key issues. So I'm going to change the attack from 130 to 200, which is correlation to what I did with Gogeta. And then defense at 100 goes to 170, again, correlation to Gogeta there. I think this one makes a little bit more sense, has a little bit more of a condition that I did unconditioned for Gogeta, but then added a condition afterwards. And that reduces damage by 20% when HP is 50% or more. I think that makes sense. Because this unit doesn't dodge, it's going to need damage reduction, right? And 20% is fine for the beginning stages. Again, you transform pretty quickly here. And then I did add a category enemy benefit here, and that's plus defense 50% when there's a movie heroes or pure Saiyans category enemy, which you're not going to find a lot of when it comes to like Red Zone and stuff like that, because you're not fighting movie heroes, generally speaking, right? So I guess only like Gamma 1, Gamma 2, right? When that happens, again, that hasn't come out yet. But transform when conditions are met, and the transformation is basically transform into full power when the 4th turn. So that extra turn, it does help in getting that transformation a lot sooner. So Link skills, still solid Link skills here. Saiyan Warrior Race, Pure Saiyans, Prodigies, Berserker, Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle. Categories, a little bit less than I think Gogeta Blue, I think so. Movie bosses, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Transformation Boost, Super Saiyans, Exploding Rage, Miraculous Awakening, that's beneficial there. Gifted Warriors, and Power Beyond Super Saiyan. Yeah, it's not on superheroes, of course, there. Stats are really good as well. 21,000 in HP, right under 20,000, 19.8 for attack, and then defense, could be a little better, but right 12,000 is still good. But of course 13 is even better. And I think this kit is good enough for 4 turns, right? So after 4th turn, you are going to then transform into full power Broly. And here's what I created here and what it looked like. I didn't really change much on the super attack, just greatly raises attack for 1 turn still. But now, of course, you do have immense damage as the multiplier, so that's going to help out a lot with massively lowers defense. And then the passive skill, the Ultimate Saiyan Adversary, you're boosting up even more. Ki +8, that's standard. That's what it was before. So that's pretty ridiculous. Ki +8, and then attack from 188%. I'm going to boost up to 288%, right? There you go. Again, Gogeta is still probably going to out damage because it crits, guaranteed crits. But 288 attack, it's really strong. And then defense, we're going to go to 190% from 120, right? So not quite at 200. Launches additional attack, which is part of the normal kit, that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. That's the normal. I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. I'm just going to provide it as a guaranteed super, right? Guaranteed super, additional guaranteed super, just like a, the other Super Saiyan Brolys, right? The legendary Super Saiyan Brolys, when you get that guaranteed super attack here. I'm going to just provide that on here. I think that would be very, very beneficial. Of course, you still have a damage reduction mechanic here. Damage received by 30%, reduced by 30% when HP is 30% or more. So easier to manage there. And then I said, why not? Guard against all attacks when there's a movie heroes or pure Saiyans category enemy. Again, on the harder stages, you're fighting more villains. This will actually work kind of really nice when it comes to fighting the Broly Red Zone, because he is a pure Saiyan, not a movie boss though. So, but I guess again that could work out here. I think this would work. I think it's enough here for it to be very relevant. I think the damage reduction is going to be very, very strong, and then the guaranteed super attack is going to increase the defense by an additional 50% guaranteed. So at super attack, you're going to get basically 100% to defense. So you're going to have 290 defense after super attack. So yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Yeah, there's really no reason for me to put damage reduction for Gogeta, since he's kind of mini stacking. I made him really ridiculously strong, I think. So, but anyway, that is the Broly here, Super Saiyan Broly into full power Broly. Hopefully in the future we might get to see some standalone, right? Gogeta Blue and full power Broly. You know, the other game has both of these standalone. I would love for Dokkan to really make that move here. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed doing the speculation. We'll see the real stuff. Probably going to be a lot less crazy than what I showed here. As usual, I kind of go a little bit too much. But don't expect, I would say, like the best units in the game, right? Expect hopefully relevant units that you can use on certain teams. And we'll see you in a couple days. So with that, if you're new to my channel and enjoy my content here, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hit that notification button to stay up to date. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning, and we'll catch you next time. Later.